Hello students, so we were talking about strings, right? So in today's class we are going to talk about the string functions. So in last lecture I have shown you this list of string functions which is by default available in C programming language. You can use this default C functions by including the string.h header file inside your program. So I am going to cover first 3 string functions in this lecture, and at the end of this lecture I am going to perform the practicals as well. So we are going to talk about this 3 string functions right now, and in later videos I am going to post about the rest of the functions. So in today's class we are going to talk about strlen, that is string length, strcpy, that is string copy, strcat, that is string concatenate. Right. So first I will talk about the theoretical part, and then after we will go for the coding. So what exactly this string length function do? As you can see on the screen, sometimes you want to find the length of the string. Now one may, student may be very confused between the size of an array and the length. Okay. So size of an array can be 100 also, but user have entered string. So what is the length? So in the previous lectures of array, I have shown you that you can also declare array as say int a of 100, but we are just taking 3 values inside array. So size is of 100, but the length is 3. Okay. So this is the similar concept if you want to find the length of string which is entered by user, or which is entered by which value is entered by initialization and compile that. You can find the length using this function. This function is by default available, so you don't need to code this function. You can directly use this function by including string.h header file inside your file. Now what is the syntax for this? So first you have to find, you have to have one integer variable to store the length. Okay, because length is the number, the whole number. Length cannot be like fractional number, most probably, right? In most of the cases. So length is the whole number, and string cannot be have partial length. So you have to have int data type for the length variable. Then you are going to use string length function over the character array. Here I have declared it as a. So here the size of a is 100, but length we are going to find. So here you can use the last statement as to use strlen function to find the length and store it inside the length variable. So we will be seeing the code over here. You can see this. You can pause the video and type this code inside your ID. You can check this code as well, but we are going to do the coding later on. So I am just skipping this code right now. But in this code I have entered the string hello, and I was finding its length, which is give me output as 5. So if user is entering hello string, it will give me output 5, and we are going to see this. See that, so don't worry. Then after, the next function is string cpy, strcpy. So sometimes you want to copy one string to another string, because you cannot assign one string value to another string value. Suppose you are having string s1 and string s2, you cannot write s1 equal to s2. This is incorrect operation in case of strings. So if you want to copy one string from another, you cannot use assignment operator equal to. You can just use strcpy function, or either you can code it in different way, so that each of the string is copied to another string, right? So strcpy is nothing but to copy one string to another string. Here you can see the syntax for it. Here value in string source src is copied into destination. So if I am writing something like as strcpy dash and source, we are going to see this through coding, so don't worry, but this is the syntax. So if you are writing something like this, then the whatever value is inside str source file will be copied to destination file. Here if you want to see the code, this is the code which look like which we can use to copy one string to another string. Here I have entered one string hello inside the src, that is source file, and then I am going to copy that using the strcpy function to the destination file. We are going to see this code, so don't worry. Now the last but not the least function of this video is all about strcat function, that is string that is used for string concatenation. Sometimes you want to join two strings, right? If you want to join two strings and want to print the entire string, then as a result, then you will use this function, right? So you have to take two strings from user, say s1 and s2, and then you are going to join them. So if you are writing strcat, joining it to say as it is written in this s1 and s2, then it is copied to s1. And if it is s2 and s1, then it is copied to s2. So every time it is from LHS to RHS to LHS. So I hope you understand this concept, and this is the syntax for that. And now we are going to see the code for that. So here is the code in which in first string user is entering hello, in second string user is entering world. So the first string becomes hello world according to this code, because in this code I have used strcat s1 s2, that's why it will be hello world, but to the string s2 will be world. So s1 is replaced, s1's hello is replaced with hello world, but s2 will be as it is, right? So now just go, we will just go to our IDE and see that how you can use these functions inside your program. I hope you understand this concept theoretically. Now let's just look how it look like a practicals. So let's go to the IDE. So now we are inside our IDE. Now first function that I am going to start with is strlen. Here if you want to make a notes, you can write it something as in some integer value is being used to store strlen, and inside this you have to pass string name. Okay, so this is the common syntax for that. Now how can you use? So first I have to include stdio dot h, then int main, then return 0. So this is common for all programs. Now I want one variable name is len and another string character array as say str. I am using str. You can use any name, and I am giving its size as 100. So str can hold up to 100 characters. This is not the length. Please don't misunderstand this, right? So now then after what I am doing, first I am telling user to enter some string, right? So user will be able to enter a string. Now for getting string from user, either I can use scanf %s and then string name str. You can also use this. If you don't want to use this, then I feel getAs is really very easy to use, right? So inside getAs you have to just pass str. Okay. So this is the way you can take value from user. So till now length is having garbage value, right? Also this will also be having GB. We are going to tell it GB in short, right? So character array is also having garbage value. Now user will enter something, and after this str contains value entered by user. Now str is having some value. Say user have entered hello. I'm going to enter hello. So say str is having value hello. Now I want to find the length, which is the in which I'm going to store it from in length character. So length equal to what will be the value inside length? STRLE and here inside this I have to pass the string name, that is str. So here it will be something like this. So what is going to be happen? This strlen function is going to find the length of this str which is entered by user, and then this entire integer value will be stored to the variable length. Now let me ask you a question. If this length is printed now? No, because I have not used printf. So printf /n the length of string %s is %d, and instead of this I'm writing str and length. The length of particular string is this. So let me just save this program and check if I'm I will encounter an error. Now imagine what is that error. I hope you guys get those error. I'm not going to, if I'm going to compile this, it will show me an error. Which error is this? strlen was not declared in the scope. That means my compiler could not understand what exactly this strlen is. Right? So this token is undefined for my compiler right now, because I have not added a library include string.h. So what should be done when I am writing strlen is written or defined inside this header file. So if you are not adding this header file or not including this header file, that means your program will not going to run. So now you can just hit compile and run, and okay, I have written some ganda wala spelling include. Okay, so let me just save this program again, compile it and run it. Now it is running. So enter the string. So I am entering, say, Komal, K-O-M-A-L. The length of string Komal is 5. Now you can see here the character array is K-O-M-A-L, and after this K-O-M-A-L, by default there will be a null character. So total length is 6. But you can see that the string length is eliminating the length of null character. So it is giving me 5 only. So make sure that you don't get confused with this term. So exact length is given excluding the length of null character. So this is how you can use string length function. Now what are the other functions? strcpy. Suppose you want to copy one string to another string, right? So at that time you can use strcpy function. Now let me just erase everything. Now what is the general formula for this? strcpy. Now user is going to enter just one string, and that string you are going to copy in another string. So here you are saying destination and source. So whatever value is inside source will be copied to destination, right? So make sure that you understand this. It is from RHS to LHS. Make sure that you know this operation. So this is the general formula. Now for this I need just 2 strings. So I am taking str1, which is having size 100, and str2, which is having size 100 again, and I am copying, or let me just say src source and dest, so that it will be convenient for you to understand. Now I have to take this value from user, so I am using printf first. Enter some string to be copied, right? So here user will be able to enter a string by using getS. Inside getS I am taking s, or say src. So I am taking value inside src. So right now at this moment both strings have garbage value, or say GB, right? At this moment src has some value entered by user, but dest is having GB, garbage value. right? So I am taking just one value. Now I am using strcpy string copy. Inside this I am writing test, and inside this I am writing SRC. You can use any names, make sure that you know that the source is copied to destination. Now just semicolon and I want to put as, I want to print each of this value, so I am writing SRC and say put as dest. So you know that till this moment dest was having garbage value. Now here I want to clarify something, so printf after using default strcpy function. Okay, so whatever is going to be done is after using this function, and also let me put slash n over here, and here write printf value of src slash n over here, and then after value of this printed. And now let me just copy this and paste it over here, value of dest, and put the value of dest. I hope you understand this code. Now let me just check if it is having any error or not. It is not having any error. Inside src I am going to print, I hope it is visible to you, I am going to print good. Okay, if I hit enter, after using default string copy function, value of src is good and value of dest is good. Now let me show you that what is the value of dest at this moment, right? We know that we are not having, so put as, I'm printing the value of dest. Now I just want to check what is the value inside this. So I'm saving this program, compile it and run it, and I'm writing good over here. You can see the value is not printed for destination. I hope you are seeing this. So here value of dest after. I just want to show you the difference, guys. I hope you are understanding that what I'm going to do. So here copy, paste, okay, and here it will be default. Let me just save this program and compile it and run it again. Here I am writing another string Komal. You can see value of dest before, it is not printing anything. You know, sometimes it may happen it is printing some, mischievous characters, or sometimes it's not printing anything, because right now this dest is not having any value, but after copy dest is having some kind of value, and that's why you were getting that output. So this is all about strcpy functions. Now the last function of this chapter, this video, is strcat. So suppose I want to concatenate two strings. So what is happening over here? I am taking value to source and I am taking value to destination. So I am taking two strings from user, and then after here it will be cat, and then after the value will be stored inside the first string. So make sure that you know. So here cat, say src 100, and here dest 100. After that printf enter first string, then after it will be here get as, say src, here it will be second string, here it will be get as S or say dest. Okay, so first value will be inside src and second value will be inside dest. Now I'm using strcat function, and here I'm using dest and src, and printf, or you can okay, printf value of both strings after using strcat, say dest comma src, and here semicolon. Let me put slash n over here, slash n over here, and here it will be say put as SRC and put as dest. Okay, now let me just copy this entire thing, but it will give me another answer. So right now just copy this thing, and if I'm just executing it, compile it and run it. So first string is good, second string is morning. It will not have any spaces in between, so don't worry. The value of both strings after using strcat, dest and src. First is good. So here this good is nothing but this src. So src remains good. But now I have done dest and source. So now dest become dest after src. So please note down this output that by using as a strcat dest source, you are getting src, the second string as it is, but the first string as concatenated with first and second. Now let me show you the output if you are just interchanging this. So here src, here it will be dest, again here src, here it will be dest. So let me just save this program, compile it and run it. Now again if I am entering say good and here say morning, you can see first is good morning but second is morning. So I hope you understand the difference I want to show you. So you can perform this code by yourself also and check if you understand this concept or not. I hope this concept is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can comment below the comment section. I am always there for you. See you in the next class with the remaining functions. Thank you so much.